Hi, I'm Dylan Paris. This is Ultra Choice, and today I'm going to show you how to create synthwave on the OPZ using an iPad Pro and an OPZ. You don't necessarily need to have my version of the iPad Pro, but it is really nice to have the USB-C to USB-C connection. Using that one-to-one connection, you can sample different synth sounds to the different synth slots on the OPZ and create your own synthwave masterpiece. Before we get started, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. I post every week, and I mainly focus on technology, music, and music technology. All right, let's get started. So this is the setup here. It's a little more convoluted than it needs to be because I want to record the different things I'm doing as I do them, and that's why I'm using the Zoom right here, the H1. But you can really get by with just the OPZ, your iPad, an audio cable, and a data USB-C cable. I'm going to show you a little bit of what I've made so far. Okay, so how do we get to that point? Let's start from scratch and make something very similar, and I'll show you every step along the way. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is choose a new project on 3 and a new pattern. Alright, so let's find a new track. Right now, we're on the chord channel on track 1. The illuminated numbers are the ones that have a sound already. To write a new sound, you're going to hold the track button and a numbered button. So, here we go. Ta-da, new sound. Now, let's go into sample mode. We've held stop and the record button at the same time, and if we push play, we're now monitoring. So, let's check out some of my synths. I've got all kinds of options here. Let's pull a chord sound from AudioKit Synth 1. It's pretty neat. Let's go here into Poly. I like that. If you hold the shift key, you can see the input gain. I'm going to raise this a little bit, and when I play it, you can see the media playback while I play it. Alright. To record, you hold record and play the sound. It's a little funky right now, so I'm going to look at the sample. And to adjust the start and stop time, you rotate these two wheels while you play it to find it. So, rotate this down. Okay, so the sound is going to be a little off key from the rest of the sounds on your device, probably, depending on which key you play the sample in. So if I switch over to here, and then I switch over to 9, we're going to want to match what was there before using the yellow disc. So let me pitch it properly and I'll get back. Okay, so I've now matched the key of that note to match the rest of the synths on the OPZ. And you can repeat this process for other sounds. So let's get a bass going. As you can see, most of the numbers are illuminated. So let's write a new track. Hold the track button and hold that. Now we've created a user sample by holding 8 and the track button. And you can hear that user sample. Let's go into sample mode, find a bass sound. As you can see, I've been using some other sounds. So let's find something in Xeon. I'm using these Brambos synthwave presets. I highly recommend them. That sounds good. But we're peaking. You can see in the red. So let's change our input gain. That's better. All right. Same step as before. Hold record. Hit the note. You're good. Audio recorders kind of been introducing a little bit of interference, but I'm gonna go back into the sample and change the start time to here. Okay, so I've matched the bass sound as well. So now we have a synthwave bass and a synthwave chord track. Let's get a lead and then we can start building something up. Let's go to lead track, find a blank one. So holding track and holding 9, creating user sample, going to sample mode, holding stop and record, hitting play, and going back here. Let's find a lead sound. You know what? Let's do another Xeon track. Do another Brambos, something like Vice Synth. Maybe Perfect Things. Or Stranger Kids. Yeah, Stranger Kids. Not getting a lot in, so let's raise our input gain and record. I'll fix the key and the pitch and get right back. Check this out. So that's our lead. That's our bass and chords. Now, I'm gonna make a track. I took a sound out of KQ Dixie, which is a DX7 emulator. And threw that here into the sampler. And now I'm going to pitch correct it, get it back to where it needs to be in key, and then I'll keep working on a song. I just didn't like that chord track. one last thing I want to show you how to do is to sample a drum kit into the OPZ. For this one, I'll be using iSpark, which is an Arturia app that's never really been updated, but it has some decent 80s sounds in it. So I'm going to sample that in real quick and I'll show you what that looks like. All right. So now we're going to chop the sample. All right. Now you've got the sounds inside the OPZ and you can start composing your synthwave masterpiece. There's a lot of really great synth sounds on the iPad, and I find that this is a pretty nice workaround while we wait for Teenage Engineering to really open up the synth engines on this thing. I often get very jealous of OP1 owners because they just have so many sounds, but using an iPad along with the OPZ opens up a lot of options. You can also use the OPZ to sequence iPad synths on the device itself, but for the sake of this video, I really wanted to focus on getting sounds into the Z and composing on the device. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, it really helps the channel.